welcome back to Part-Time Okie Pickers Inside the Cellar Studio. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm John.
And we are officially 1 week until Christmas. Since our last video, we've gone to a whole one garage sale, and that was yesterday. On our way back from the flea market, there was a sale in our neighborhood, so we went ahead and stopped because we're not going to pass up a sale that close to home where we don't really have to go out of our way at all. We haven't gotten anything new from garage sales, but we did buy a huge lot of Atari games and systems and accessories on Facebook. For my son's birthday, he's 10. He's absolutely in love with Atari, so Grandma got him the new Atari Plus that came with like one cartridge, 10 all-in-one games, and we found this lot on Facebook that was 226 games.
Something like that.
2 Atari 2600 systems, an Atari 7800 systems, a huge box full of the controllers. So we were able to get that. We brought it home. Some of the games have been cleaned, some of them have not. So he got to go through it and pull out everything he for sure wanted, everything he thought he may want to test to see if he wanted to keep it. And we went ahead and listed a lot of the 7800 games, which actually sold really fast, way better than what we were expecting. We've already made back half of our money on it. We're not really going to list anything else for the rest of the year because with the holiday times, the post office just slows down way too much and it just becomes too much of a hassle. But we are going to get them cleaned and tested. Originally, we were going to sell all of the systems, but I think John reached out to a friend and he recommended maybe modding the 7800. I don't really know what that means. What does that mean?
So the 7800 is an RF coaxial cable, which most modern TVs don't have. So I'll give it to him, and he'll go through and mod it and make it, I believe he said AV/S video, which some TVs have, more so than the RF capabilities. So we'll probably end up keeping that just for the sheer fact that not all games are played on the Atari 2600 Plus, but most are. So in case that happens, it's a different looking system, so we'll end up with two systems that he can use on his modern TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one of the games, they're games that have been tested and they know for sure is actually listed on the Atari website.
Mm-hmm.
But some are still untested, but Jesse was able to tell us that they did not work on the 2600 Plus, and that was Pitfall 2, which he is super excited about.
Yeah.
So that's one reason that we'll have to keep the 7800.
But yeah, we bought this so he could get an instant library of games. It sure beats going to your local game store and paying, I don't know, $5 to $10 a game when I don't think they should be that much. Maybe $2, $3. There are rare ones, of course, but it was just easier to pick them up in such a large lot. I think we've only sold 8, 10, something like that, and we already got $200 back from it. And like she said, we haven't even really tried to be listing here recently. A couple years ago when everybody else got burned by the Postal Service, we had listed all the way up to when they told us we could ship out and still get there on Christmas. We had at least 9 packages get lost on a trailer in Texas, I believe is where it was. They just forgot it was full. I don't even know what that means. But those were very expensive items, so we had to do a lot of juggling of money and refunds and then intercepting that package so it could come back to us. So we actually did get something out of it. It was just a really big headache. So we kind of cut off listing about a week before the cutoff from the Postal Service, just so we don't get this headache like we did, like everybody did.
During the pandemic, 2020.
It was terrible.
Yeah, we only have, we have a lot of packages that should have been delivered that aren't delivered yet, but there's only one that someone's opened a claim for. It shipped out November 29th. It's going to Alaska, but and scans are staying up to date once I opened a claim of where it's at. So it's just circling around. It's not getting delivered.
And it's not going by dog sled, which was shocking. I thought it would get there faster, but it's not. It got lost in Washington for about a week and a half until we asked for a refund, and then they magically found it. That's great. Good for them.
Yeah, so we like to just take the holidays to kind of sit back and relax. And of course we want things to sell, but then we kind of don't want them to sell either because we don't want the headache. And without fail, which we haven't had yet, but I'm sure it's coming this week, someone will reach out and say, hey, can I pay for expedited shipping and get it there? And this year we're going to say no. This holiday we're going to say no. We always do this. We always say, yes, of course. We drop what we're doing as soon as they pay. We take it to the post office. And we did this for Halloween for someone for a costume. And magically, that's the package that circled around and got lost. And they didn't get it on time.
They got it the day after Halloween.
It just doesn't...
And I was expecting to receive the return. And they actually wanted to keep it after just the costume.
So that was cool. Because when they willingly say it's for a costume, we just expect it's going to come back. But yeah, so we will not be expediting shipping. But we do still ship every single day, Monday through Saturday. John goes to the post office. It's on his way home from work. So he drops one package off or 20, it doesn't matter. He goes to the post office. I don't really have notes. I should have better prepared for myself.
You should have prepared.
But we will start listing again probably the first week in January or second week of January. I don't know. Are we going to start with the Atari games, or are we just going to hit hard and just go
whatever's closest to the door?
Whatever's closest to the door. Huge variety of stuff.
But yeah, so we haven't had a lot of sales. We've had some here and there. We sold, I think, another game manual that we'll probably go over in the monthly recap. But yeah, we went to the flea yesterday. That'll be the video that's released this week on Wednesday. It was kind of lackluster. We had a new companions with us, our kids. And they make it a little bit more complicated. You can't just put blinders on. We did buy a couple things, which you'll see in the video. But for the most part, it was just kind of lackluster. I think everybody brought all their really good stuff for the Black Friday flea market, which makes sense because we did buy a lot of stuff during that time also. But yeah, so we'll have a couple more videos throughout the rest of the year. We'll probably have a year-end review video, which will be kind of interesting because there will be stuff that we sold that aren't from garage sales that you have seen on the picker videos. So we'll just go over like our top, 10 things maybe that sold quantity-wise or value-wise. But yeah, I'll start on that video soon. But yeah.
I'll get that drop next. Yeah, I didn't do a what sold this week because we haven't sold that much, but we have sold several more t-shirts. We gotta love those $5 sales.
No, we don't.
But yeah, so as we're approaching the end of the year, what is one of your New Year's resolutions? We always make goals and resolutions. What's one of yours, John? You haven't told me yours. Just one. Business or personal, it doesn't matter.
To keep the garage clean and organized, way more than it is. It used to be very clean and organized. Then we moved some stuff around, and I just haven't got back to getting it cleaned and organized again. So yeah, I already know what you're going to say, so go ahead and say it.
I'm going to knit a temperature blanket this year. Is that what you thought I was going to say?
Nope.
Yep. I already got my yarn. Already ordered it specifically. Have no idea what color I did for each temperature, but that's okay. I'll figure it out.
Don't even know what that means.
I know you don't, but
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay, take your word for it.
But that's all for today. We're just going to keep it short. We will see you guys next week, which will be Christmas Eve, and we are going to drop a video on Christmas Eve. We'll probably film it maybe Saturday on the 23rd because we'll be busy Christmas Eve, but we will have a video, and we'll do what sold and
Awesome.
whatever else happened for us this week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week.